So we're working to pretty much branch out into different Western markets, not just the U.S.
Okay. Europe and stuff as well.
Yeah, we also have a dedicated France team.
Okay.
I say France team. They're located in France, but they're dedicated to Europe. We've already done Gamescom in Germany as an event. I believe either we've recently done or we're about to do an event in Spain. We're going to be shortly announcing that they're going to be at an event in London. So they're doing all sorts of amazing events. They've also been in Belgium, and of course events in France. So we're focusing a lot on different parts around the world, trying to let people know, let all our fans know, we know that we're outside Japan.
Yeah, of course.
You know, it's not just a Japanese market, and a lot of what our international team is focused on is seeing what's popular in the international markets. What titles are popular here that maybe they don't know about in France. Not in France, in Japan.
Okay.
And so that way maybe we can branch out to those types of markets.
And also cater those markets as well.
Exactly.
I see. Awesome. These are the audience questions. Any chance, any idea when we will start seeing the prototype, a more completed prototype of the Archer Figma?
I can't really say.
Can't really say? Okay.
Stuff. Soon. They know the demand. The moment they brought me on, they told me part of my job is to let them know like what's the international fans' demands. The first thing I told them, Figma Archer, guys. Figma Archer. Where is he, guys? What's going on?
Is there any chance of other characters after Archer as well, obviously? Consideration?
It'll depend on how well Archer does.
Okay, well, bye Archer, guys.
Bye Archer.
Which I will.
The best way that I always explain, so we had a fan who saw the Nendrite Shinku from Rose and Maiden, and he was saying, I don't like Shinku, she's stinku, but I want all the other characters. I want Desu-chan, and I want everybody else. And we were telling him, well, the only way you're going to get them is if Shinku does well. If Shinku does well, then they'll turn around and say, oh, okay, the demand for the series is high, let's make more of the other characters.
Obviously, Saber, the Figma, is one of the really early ones. Any chance since, you know, anniversary maybe coming up soon that we might get a renewal version of Saber, like a 2.0, kind of like how we did with Miku?
You know, again,
maybe just to kind of...
If I knew, I could tell you.
Of course.
And if I knew, I couldn't tell you.
Oh, yeah, of course.
There you go.
Of course.
But that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, we did do a renewal version of Miku 2.0 in the Figma form as well. So there could be a possibility, but nothing for sure.
All right, well, one more fake question. Any possible chance, so obviously you can't really answer, maybe, let's say the 1/7 scale figure line is still going? We're still going to get more? Of Fate, the Fate series.
Oh, the Fate series?
Yeah.
Again, secret stuff. If it hasn't been announced, I really can't say at the moment.
A lot of people have questions about the Guyver Figma line. Any chance of maybe we get an idea of what characters might, if they're going to be as deep as the previous line from the Max Fighter, the Biofighter Max series?
Again, I'm really sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. These are just questions that they're asking.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's understandable.
A lot of people want. Then again, I'm not going to ask when it's coming. Just a lot of people want the 2013 Snow Miku, the Figma, and scale figure, maybe.
No word yet.
Any possible chance that you're doing the exclusives of them wearing the yukata, like the Madoka and Miku? Maybe one day we might get like Figma exclusives of Figma counterparts of those versions?
You know, it would really depend on Max Factory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We wanted to also ask, is the Black Trike EX Ride one officially canceled?
You know, I'm not sure on that one.
All right. Again, a lot of people really want an Insane Black Rock shooter, but don't want to buy the Blu-ray set.
Yeah.
Any possible chance that we might get some version of it?
When I've been trying, I've been pushing for it. The only thing is that because it was originally bundled with that set, we can't really sell it apart. It'd be like the same with the Saber Bride.
Oh yeah, of course, and like Saber Lily, stuff like that.
Yeah, if we took her apart and then sold her without the set, you know, a lot of fans would be upset.
Maybe like a variation or something, or like a slightly different version.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
But obviously you get that question a lot.
I do.
Highly
sought out Figma.
Yeah, of course. It's expensive. I mean, it's not really hard to find, just expensive since you have to buy the Blu-ray set together.
Yes.
So.
The Blu-ray set's worth it though.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. It's English sub too for the non-Japanese speakers.
It's subbed, I believe, in 8 different languages.
Yeah. So, with the release of the Insane Black Rock Shooter, obviously based on the TV version line, are we gonna see more TV version? Since obviously all the ones released before are OVA version.
Yeah.
Maybe possibly.
It'll depend
Good
on
chance.
how well Insane Black Rock Shooter does.
Oh,
Yes,
doing
so
great.
Go buy her if you find her.
With the you guys are doing the Nendroid effects parts. Any chance of doing maybe Figma ones as well? Figma versions. Okay. Any more expansions for the D stage? Maybe trying to push the customization and stuff like that with the D stage?
I believe they are working on that, yes.
Okay. EX Ride, any more? No more vehicles right now? Obviously more Shingeki no Kyojin product coming. Obviously you guys are working on more stuff.
Yes.
And so more stuff is coming. Someone just asked about that.
I know we've announced Figma Levi.
Oh yeah, of course. All the girls.
Yes, the Mikasa scaled figure as well. So
Ladies love Levi.
Someone asked also, Psychopaths and Androids. Possible we'll get like a Kogami or...
I think... I'm not sure off the top of my head. I'm not sure.
I guess it'll all depend on the sales of Akane.
Yes.
Okay. Figmas? Figmas? Psychopaths Figmas?
I'm not sure on that.
Okay. How is the character choice usually decided to determine whether, because some obviously characters have a Figma but no Nendroid, but then some characters have a Nendroid, no Figma. How does that process usually work?
It'll really depend because since technically Max Factory is a separate company, we just work really closely.
Yeah.
We share a lot of our licenses together. So if say Max Factory can get a license, we'll be like, hey, and if we get a license, Max Factory will be like, hey.
Okay.
We'll work together. But it really also depends on the license holder. The license holder themselves, we might not want an Android design, or they might not want a Figma design.
All right.
So that's what'll happen a lot is that say maybe the license holder will be like, no, I just feel that this design looks better and it should be formed from Android, or it might just look better only in a Figma form. Also, it depends on how sales go of say the particular Nendroid. So say if there's an Nendroid, maybe the sales aren't as great, maybe we won't expand into a Figma line. But if say we do the Nendroid, or say we do the Figma and the sales are really well, then maybe we'll try and expand it to the other counterpart line.
Awesome, awesome. Obviously, you guys have a close relationship with Trigger. Obviously, we have some more Trigger related properties.
We are top investors for Ultra Super Pictures, which is the parent company for Trigger, Ordet, Legion Films, and Sanjigen.
Okay.
So yes, we do have a very close relationship. We work very, very.
A lot of upcoming product coming.
Yes.
Someone also wanted to ask, is it possible we're gonna get an Inferno Cop figure?
No word yet, but we work very closely with Trigger.
All right.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about if you do know the collaboration with Medicom, like how they're doing. You guys are also doing collaboration with like the 1/6 scale figures, like the Madoka series, the Fate series, Black Rock Shooter, the Miku.
It's just in general with kind of the figure industry in Japan, everybody tries to work together.
Okay.
We work very closely with a lot of other retailers, a lot of other distributors and manufacturers. The idea that we generally have at Good Smile Company is that if all of the figure companies can be doing well together, then we'll all do well.
Of course, of course.
There's no point if we're doing well and another company's doing poorly, then it's going to hurt the entire market. But if we can all grow together, it'll help everybody out together.
Awesome.
Especially within the whole industry. So we're very close with working with everybody. So we want to try and make
everyone knows each other.
Yeah, everyone knows each other. It's very close working. So it's not kind of like in the U.S. that it's like harsh competition. It's like, oh, I don't like those guys.
Yeah.
No, we're like we want to work together, do what we can to promote everybody together.
So basically, with that being said, possibility of working with other collaboration is very possible as well. Okay, awesome, awesome. Of course, I had to ask this question: any more Nintendo licenses besides the ones? Again, I'd ask the question.
That's as much as I can say. I can give you a wink to the camera.
a lot of of people are wondering, this Comic-Con, why did you guys bring the Figma Avengers and
those are Japan only. However,
Japan only.
Same as Figma Link and Figma Samus when they originally Japan only, we had a very huge demand for them. So if the fans can keep coming to us and demanding them, it'll be easier for us to then go to Marvel and Disney and Hasbro and let them know.
Go to Good Smile Facebook, guys.
Yes, let us know how much you want them.
If those do well, obviously other comic book licenses, Western licenses are also possible.
Definitely.
Awesome, awesome. How has the U.S. response been ever since the events and opening of the international sales? Has it really boosted the awareness of Good Smile and everything?
Definitely. There's been a lot of people that they come to us maybe never heard of us before, and now they sit there and they say, oh, I came to you guys last year and I bought one Nendroid and now I have 50 of them because I love you guys so much. And we're really trying to boost the awareness, as you said, bringing more of our titles and our licenses that we have that are more popular to a Western audience. But really, like, the response has been amazing.
Awesome.
It's been much more than they ever anticipated in Japan.
Obviously, you kind of answer, I'll ask it anyway. Do the sales and demand of the U.S. and internationals play a part in obviously planning upcoming products and everything?
Oh, yes.
So the U.S. definitely has a voice in the... Okay.
Yes, 100%. Not just the U.S., but any Western
Europe,
market.
outside of Japan, basically, anywhere.
Japan, any Western market, any market outside of Japan as well, if they have a very loud, prominent voice that says, hey, we want this, it does very much play like a very big part in what we're going to create, what we're going to make.
Is there anything you'd like to say to our community? You know, when we do a lot of the photography and the posing dioramas, stuff like that. That's mostly the community I'm from. And anything you'd like to share with
I love
message?
I love the stuff that you guys are always creating. The Facebook and Tumblr, I'm always sharing like fan photos. And so I love sharing your guys' stuff. So you guys make really awesome stuff. Post it on the Facebook, post it on the Tumblr. I will share that. Put all your links there. I will send traffic to you guys because I love your guys' stuff. Also, if there's stuff that you guys want us to make, you guys have to let us know. There's not a lot of times where I can sit there and say, you know, Attack on Titan and Kill la Kill and INFERNO Cop, but if I can come and give them like our Japan side and our planning team, like here's links to 50 different comments from 50 different people asking for this particular Figma, this particular Nendroid, this particular scale figure, it's easier for them to say, okay, maybe we should consider this, maybe we should do this. There's a couple licenses that we're working on right now, super top secret, and it's all because fans have been coming to us demanding consistently. And there's some really awesome stuff that I'm working on, super top secret that I can't tell you, that's very much for a Western market, that we're making because the fans have consistently been telling us, I want this, make this please. So it's able for us to go to the license holders and even say, hey, we want to have a meeting with you because our fans are begging for us to make your merchandise into, our type of merchandise. Yeah. And we go and we bring them samples of our product and then they're amazed and then we work together and there's a lot of stuff in the works right now. A lot of stuff in the pipeline. Again, super top secret, I can't tell you guys, but you can be really, really excited when you find out.
Awesome. Well, thank you for everything, Francis. I really appreciate it. Go on the Facebook, let your opinion be known.
Yes, let us know. Follow us on Facebook and Twitters and Tumblrs and all that jazz.